Good morning, students. Here we are today reading chapter 7, The Day of March. In this story, is one boy from Malgudi and 10 years old boy Swaminathan who lives in Albert Mission School. And then he transferred to Board High School, and then his friend Rajum forms a cricket club and wants that Swaminathan came there to attend the practice. But because of extra drill practice at their school, he didn't go there. Now, in this chapter 7, we are reading about 10 years old boy Swaminathan. He was transferred to board school to the Albert Mission School, and his friend Rajan wants that Swaminathan attend to practice in his cricket club. But because of extra drill in his school, he can't go for practice. Now frustrated, Swaminathan throw his headmaster sticks and gets suspended from school. Now let's read what happens. A narrow road branching to the left of the trunk road attracted Swaminathan, and the white ball, wood apple, green figs, and deep purple eugenia. Eugenia is a purple fruit, and the thick green foliage. Foliage means leaves. Then he walked through that road, and after some time they remembered the city road cart lumbering alone. Lumbering means slow cart with a heavy load, and an occasional motor car with clumps and bedding strapped behind. And they and he think that group of peasant means farmer moving on the edge of the road. Moreover, he had been wandering for many hours away from home and now longed to be back. He became desperate. Desperate means hopeless when the situation is so bad. And then he think about his home, what fine things his mother served, ghee and curds, and his mother opened the cupboard and bring out the aluminium curd pot, and white it was, and it fell noiselessly on the heap of rice. Then a face of hunger now wrecked with him. Now he feel hungry, and his thighs were heavy and there was pain around his hips. He did not notice, and the sun rays were coming obliquely. Obliquely means not in direct. The sun rays come from the between of the trees. Now he sat at the pond and ate an apple there. Then he rested for some time and started to go back home. And what the seemed travel? Travel means unimportant. Now, what is the important thing? That he wants to go home. Then he think about the incident that got Swaminathan into trouble at school. Then he think that he wished with all his heart, and he had held out his hand when the headmaster raised his cane. He wished he had gone home and told his father everything. Father would have scolded him a little, but in case Granny and her mother could always be dependent upon to come to the rescue. Now, after scolding, then he came to the road along. Meanwhile, Swaminathan was going back towards the trunk road. He thought that he would be presently in at, and to go straight, it would take him right into the market road. Now, what he think that his parents might get angry with him that he went home so late, but he could tell that he had been kidnapped by Pathans and had to escape from them with great difficulty. Now he felt he had been walking long enough now to have to reach the trunk road long ago, but as he stopped and looked about, he was still about the thick avenue. Avenue means a broad road. The thick avenue of figs and wood apple. Now the ground was strewn with discolored fruits and leaves. The road seems to be longer now that he was going back. The fact was that he had unconsciously followed a gentle, imperceptible means a slight curve as the road cunningly branched and joined the Mempi forest. Now the ground has strewn his discolored, disfigured fruit and leaves on the ground. Now you can see in the picture also. Now some 70 miles further it splits into a number of irregular tracks. Then if he had just avoided the deceptive means to believe. Actually when we believe something that is not true, but other than when we believe. Night falls suddenly and his heart beat fast. His throat went dry and he had not reached the trunk road. Now the trees were thick and road was still narrow. Now what happens? But here one could hardly see the sky. The stars gleamed through occasional gaps overhead. He quickened the pace. Now he ran a little distance, his feet falling on the leaf covered ground with a sharp rustling noise. The birds in the branches overhead started at this noise and fluttered their wings. In that deep darkness, the noise of fluttering wings had an uncanny ghostly. Now it sounds like an uncanny ghostly.